Okay, so I just wanted to hop on and do a quick review with my thoughts on the THINX period panties. I want to preface this by saying that I got these several years ago. I got them in 2017 when THINX was, I think it was still a relatively new brand. At the time, I was really trying to go zero waste, and so I was trying to find alternatives to kind of, using so many pads and tampons for my period. Um, but it looks like I just logged on their website just to see if things had changed. And it looks like they've got a lot more options. So, based on what I say here, like I think it looks like they possibly may have improved since I got these. But with that being said, I really loved them. I haven't actually had to wear them in a few years because I did get an IUD. And so after several months, I quit having a period. So I haven't had a period in several months, or in several years actually. So, but whenever I did have it, I loved this option. What I would do is I would wear the underwear along with a menstrual cup. So that's what I would recommend if you're okay with wearing a menstrual cup for like the bulk of your period, and then just kind of wear the underwear for, any leaks or anything that come up. I didn't really have a whole lot of issues with leaks with the menstrual cup, but I mean, there was like once when I was first starting to wear it that I don't think I had it like figured out just right. And so I was always a little bit worried to not have any extra protection with it. But yeah, like wearing the combination of a menstrual cup and these panties, like I never ever ever worried about leaks. I didn't really worry too much about like having to do anything different in the bathroom like during the day at work, um, because I would just kind of leave in the menstrual cup during the day and just worry about it whenever I got back home. So if you just kind of want to take a little bit less worry about it, like the combination of those was really good for me. And I'd wish I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish I'd had this, like, knew if that there was products like this when I was in high school, because it felt like it would have made, going through middle school and high school a whole lot better. Um, the other thing I would do is I normally wouldn't wear my menstrual cup at night, and these are great to sleep in. Like, I've never had any issues with leaks, even just in the underwear itself. I will say I don't think I had like a super heavy period compared to other women. Um, I would say like there was like 1 or 2 days that it was pretty heavy. Um, I would go through, several tampons in a day, a tampon every couple of hours, but um, yeah, like these work pretty well. The only thing, I guess what I would do, I'm trying to think back. It's been so many years since I've worn these, but um, the one thing they do is they recommend kind of like rinsing them out a little bit and then throwing them in the wash. And what I would just do is like when I was wearing them, so say if I went to bed in them, I would, when I would take a shower like the next day, I would just throw them in the shower with me and just kind of let the water run on them to kind of rinse them out. And then I would take them to the laundry room and, throw them in the load of laundry, and it was fine. Like I never had any like issues with things being gross or anything. I would recommend having more than one, obviously, because it'll save you from buying packages of pads that would just get tossed out, whereas you have a few pairs of these and you can just wash them, have as many depending on however long you do laundry. But yeah, overall I would highly recommend. It's about time to get my IUD replaced, and to be honest, if the Roe versus Wade thing hadn't happened, I probably would just get it removed and just go back to my natural cycle. because yeah, right before I got it put in, like my periods were so much easier by using this with the menstrual cup that it wasn't really too much of a burden for me in terms of, you know, dealing with the flow and everything. So I was like, well, I might want to go back and just try being, you know, having my natural cycle again. But now I'm a little conflicted because I don't want to get pregnant. So, you know, I may get my IUD replaced. But yeah, I would definitely recommend THINX, or I've not tried any other brands, but I assume, you know, there's probably other brands that probably work just as well. To me, it's just kind of way better than dealing with pads and everything like that. But I will show you. I actually have 2 styles of them, and like I said, these are from 2017, so I think the styles are different. But it looks like they still have versions of these styles. So the first one I got was the hip hugger, and I think I got this one in a medium. And I would say I got the hip hugger and I got their cotton briefs, I think is what the other one is called. Yeah, the cotton briefs. And I got those in large, and I remember like liking the briefs better. If I were going to order more, I would order the briefs. They do look kind of like granny panties, but they were super comfortable. But yeah, I will show you kind of what they look like on my body real quick. So these are the hip huggers, and I mean, they just look like your standard hip huggers. They do have like lace at the top, and I had 2 pairs of these. So these are actually a medium, and they're too small for me, or they were too small for me, especially when I was a little bit bigger. So my hips are about 40 inches, so a medium is a little bit, I feel like, too tight for the 40-inch hips. It's made out of like a satiny kind of material, and then it's got like a lacy thing at the top. It looks like they've changed this design on the lacy part, which I think is good, because my other pair, I had 2 pairs. I had these in a medium and a large, and the large part, like the lace got snagged in the wash and kind of unraveled. So it looks like they may have changed the design to where that won't happen. But I mean, they look like normal panties. I don't think like anyone would really know the difference, and they don't feel that much different. Like, they're a little bit thicker. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. They may feel like a little bit thicker down, just not that much. Like, they're really comfortable, and so I don't know. They feel a lot like regular panties to me. So yeah, let me go ahead and try on the cotton briefs real quick. Okay, so these are the cotton briefs, and these are in a large, and I like the cotton briefs better. I like the material. It is a cotton material up here. And I think it feels a lot better. And these were my go-to. Like, the first ones I would grab would be these over the other ones. And I like them. I like granny panties, so I haven't tried any of the thongs or anything, but yeah, I mean, these are pretty good quality. They've held up for quite a while. Like I said, I haven't been using them, but I used them for over a year, well over a year before I stopped using them. So I don't know how long they would last, like with, you know, like monthly use, but I mean, they seem to be pretty good quality aside from the lacy part coming apart, and those other ones, they've held up pretty well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for an option to, the initial investment would be more than, you know, buying pads or whatever, but I think in the long run you would end up saving money, and you wouldn't have to run to the store, you know, to buy pads or whatever. I mean, I guess you'd have to like keep a pair with you, you know, maybe in case you start your period. So, I mean, I guess that would be the only thing, like unexpectedly starting your period, or like keeping up with laundry. If you're not good with keeping up with your laundry, then, you know, there may come a time that you didn't wash them, but I feel like most people do laundry at least once a month. So as long as you're doing your laundry once a month, it would probably be okay. I don't know if you're supposed to dry them, but I didn't dry mine. I would, put them in the wash, and then I would just kind of lay them out to dry. So yeah, I mean, that's the only other thing I could think of. I definitely recommend for 30, something dollars, there you can find underwear that's not period underwear that's that price. So I don't think the pricing is like too outrageous. So yeah, if you're thinking about it, I would say definitely go for it.